So I wanted to start this video off by saying I don't think sandbags and kettlebells are universally better than barbells and dumbbells. I believe each modality builds strength in a different way, and it's all a matter of preference, purpose, and satisfaction from it. The universal question is, better for what? And that's relative to you and what you want out of it. In this video, I'm going to share why I switched to sandbags and kettlebells personally. My workout and training journey definitely didn't start here. I come from the barbell world, mediocre and plateaued at best, with all-time numbers in my early 20s of a 405 back squat, 235 power clean, 225-pound bench press, and 415 pound straight bar deadlift. My strength was dominant in the lower half and posterior chain because back when I was trying to train my body to be as strong and explosive as I could, because my main focus was throwing a baseball as hard as I can, it takes a little more than a supercharged arm to do that. I definitely wasn't talented or gifted at it like some were. Basically, I couldn't just lay on my ass, roll out of bed half hung over, and throw a no-hitter the next day. I had to put in the work to have the tools to play 4 years of college ball. So that's a little bit about my background and where training originated for me. At this point, I'm a 30-something-year-old dad with too much on my plate, constantly trying and sometimes struggling to keep a consistent routine. Always facing that writing on the wall to just give it up, settle down, relax, choose easy, and make the excuse of just having different priorities. I'm surrounded by that mentality always. Everyone's doing it. Having a gym membership and going to the gym like a normal person is out of the question for me. I don't live and work the typical 9-to-5, often sedentary, low-strain lifestyle modern life is accustomed to. So for the past 3 years, I've got a couple sandbags, kettlebells, and a small garage. So, it's like, let's make it work. I was skeptical of sandbags because I did think barbells were the holy grail of strength. You can always add plates and measure strength progress pretty easily. After starting with an 80-pound sandbag and forcing the adaptation up to 300 pounds, there's a whole new world of strength. I'm going to start this off with talking about my main reasons for sandbags and then get into the kettlebells after. Then I'll wrap it up from there. So let's do this. Overthinking is something that's really easy to do with everything. It's not really that complicated. It makes it easier to simplify programming and really develop a ton of pure, useful strength. It's just the fact that every major move stimulates the entire body as one. Some moves do more than others in some places, whether it's bear hug carries, rows, box squats, sandbag to shoulder, or high pulls. You can run sandbag training a million ways probably, but the way I do it is focus on repeating 1 to 2 moves for high volume in both heavy and lighter phases for about 8 to 12 weeks at a time. I've seen better results personally in doing that rather than making a split with a bunch of moves, trying to make sure everything is covered. It's not so much approached with a PR goal or building muscle. It's typically approached with skill building and building adaptation to handle heavy weight over and over. And the muscle gains follow behind that, I've noticed. Autonomy, as in not thinking about what you're going to do every day, makes that part easier too. Especially when someone else is doing it, like a program or something. I can make a program, sell it to you, and say it's the best one guaranteed to build muscle. It's really not. I'd rather teach you to create self-autonomy and finding what works for you, and that's going to help you out more in the long run, and you'll stick around long enough to see real change and real gains. One size never fits all in fitness because there's so much that goes into it, really. I can't speak from my own personal experience here, but I can't tell you how many times I've heard the case of someone who's had back problems say lifting sandbags off the ground, even with a rounded back, has helped heal and address their back problems and pain. And this isn't intended to throw shade at barbell training. Being strong with the barbell is very impressive because it takes a ton of hard work to get there, and I'll always respect that. But when I trained with barbells and dumbbells, the aftermath each time would get me constantly. Heavy soreness in one area, and the famous of not being able to get off the toilet and walking up steps after a heavy leg day or back squat day. I don't have the choice of vegging out on the couch all day. I got to be able to move and be 100% at all times. And one of the best things about sandbags is that I can still move and function after the craziest and heaviest sessions. Granted, sandbags still beat me up and cause lingering pain well after, but what I appreciate the most is being able to move and my mobility not being compromised when I'm not training. The way a heavy sandbag is lifted is far less technical than a barbell lift. I don't ever have to think about small cues or keeping my spine or elbows in certain positions. I don't have to worry about injuries if I do a heavy lift by not having something in the right position. I remember when I first came out with a heavy sandbag on here and my shorts got leaked out in the mainstream algorithm. I got a lot of shade thrown my way and my form was just picked apart. I was accused of having bad form or not having the proper form. My response is always, well, show me how it's done. And is there even a proper form of this stuff? You know, the truth is, lifting a sandbag is not cookie cutter, and it never looks the same on everybody. I mean, that goes it's the same way with barbells too. Oh, kettlebells. They originated in Eastern Europe. They're measured in kilograms, heavily researched, trashed by science-based bodybuilders, but mysterious with a bit of a what the hell effect at the same time. Like some kind of secret weapon, maybe. Wow. Sandbags are the flagship of the training I do, hence my channel name. I use kettlebells for a few things like conditioning, single arm, and press work because I'm slightly imbalanced. Basically use them for what sandbags do not cover. And what sells me on kettlebells is the low impact versatility of traveling through the air at different planes of motion. It's a little easier to do that with a kettlebell than a dumbbell. I personally prefer low impact because my life is high impact enough as it is. I don't need to make it worse. That's a little why I got away from the traditional bodybuilding gym bro school of thought. I want to train and be in shape, but I don't want it to hinder everyday functions. I want it to supplement life and add to it, in other words. I'm not heavily advanced with kettlebells. I don't claim to be an expert in them. I just use them for a few things, mostly opposite of sandbag training, to add to making the entire thing as well-rounded as I can. I have a few dumbbells, but I don't really have that much desire to use them. I just found I like kettlebells better, and that's the best reason in and of itself. So that's a few reasons I went entirely to sandbags and kettlebells as my weights. As someone who came from the conventional world of fitness, it's changed my perspective on it for sure. Are they superior? I don't know. I don't really care if they're not. Superior for what? Another benefit I want to add is that a couple of sandbags and kettlebells don't take up much space and they're portable. Like if you go somewhere, they can come with you. Like for example, if I ever got the opportunity to go work in the Bahamas temporarily or something, I'll dump my sandbags out, and then when I get there, I'll fill them with some of that nice beach sand over there. Routine changes, training don't. Adapt accordingly. And that's all there is to it. Able to go to a gym? Get 2 sandbags, 2 kettlebells. Find a pull-up bar somewhere. Problem solved. Maybe this will get you thinking. Some ideas to get you motivated to make it happen. And that's all I got. If you have anything to add, any questions, please leave it in the comments. Thanks for being here, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay strong.